Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Round. Today we are hopping back in the water with some dive and snorkel equipment. Now, sadly, in this video, I am not hopping into the actual water. We are simply doing an overview of this snorkel and dive equipment. I say dive equipment, it says snorkel equipment, I say dive equipment because things are interchangeable when it comes to diving, snorkeling, free diving, scuba diving, and everything like that. Now, you guys know through my past videos, I have done a lot of dive equipment in the past to include fins, small air tanks, diving period in Alaska. You know, I've done all this stuff because I really enjoy being under the water. I really love the water. For a person like me and maybe a person like you, it is just a place where you can just feel free, floating, weightless in the ocean. Now, I have probably 6 sets of fins right now that range from short to very long. Now, the reason why the short ones are there are because it's easy to travel. The reason why the long ones are there are because with a simple leg kick, you can get further down if you're free diving with no air. So you want to get someplace faster with a lot less energy. Now, today we are looking specifically at a snorkel kit. Now, we're going to go through each individual piece. We're going to analyze it, and I'm going to tell you if my first impressions are if it's any good or not. Then, when I get back into the water, I'm going to use the mask, the snorkel, and the fins from this in whatever activities I'm doing, and I'll do a follow-up video from there. Now, let's just flip the camera angle around, and we're going to unbox this. Okay, so this is the CAPAS snorkel package, and specifically inside of this package you have snorkel fins, snorkel mask, and a diving snorkel. So this specifically is a large, extra large, and they offer it in multiple colors. This is black, but they do offer it in green, blue, and purple. Now, the profile on this diving pack is actually pretty small, and it comes in a decent size carrying case or bag. These are nice because it keeps everything sort of together when you're traveling. Now, let's go ahead and let's look inside at all the equipment. Now, again, these have small fins, a mask, and a snorkel. Now, when you're traveling, it's really important a lot of times to have small, compact things, and we'll talk about a lot of this later. Let's just pull everything out. So once again, inside you have these individual fins, and I think these are the smallest fins that I've ever had, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We'll talk about, again, that later in the future. Everything's sort of packaged up, and we'll start with the mask itself. Now, one of the things that I really like about this mask is the fact that it's mostly clear around everything. All the silicone is clear, and all you have is a small strip of that black. Now, the reason for that is it allows more light to come in, so it's easier to see under the water. Some people might find this important. I really do. The silicone around the outside or the rubber is extremely soft, and this is going to make it really, really easy to seal to your face. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised how soft this is. A lot of people may have some problems if they have like facial hair or a 5 o'clock shadow, get it to seal. I don't see this being an issue at all. This is extremely soft, which means it's going to suck to your face pretty good. I'm actually really excited to use this as a part of my scuba diving kit because I'm always looking for different goggles and masks because honestly, you know, they're extremely important. Now, along the side, it has this really cool adjustment button that adjusts it extremely easily. In fact, one of the issues I had on one of my previous diving masks is the fact that, you know, it was weak and it just broke, and I had to zip tie it. This, I don't really feel it's going to be the same way. Pretty happy with the quality of these so far. Excited to use these in a future scuba diving adventure. Okay, now when it comes to snorkels like this, there are pros and cons of these type of snorkels. Now, I did a video of a full face mask. Now, the full face mask had a similar ball device at the top. The problem was if you breathe too hard, so an example is here in Alaska, if it's cold, you know, because the water sometimes is cold, you tend to breathe deep and hard as opposed to if I was in 88 degree the 88-degree water of Hawaii. Well, the problem is sometimes these balls or these valves, if you breathe too hard, will suck closed, and then you can't breathe. So that's one of the things that I'm gonna look at when I actually review this in the water, is how well this valve actually stays open and stays closed. In fact, the full face mask I will never ever use, simply because if I just take a deep breath and it closes up, well, that's my only way to get air and, you know, survive. It doesn't do me any good to have a full face mask if I can't breathe. I might as well just have a standard mask. Now, this right here does have the similar soft silicone for both the mouthpiece and this hinge point right here that allows it to more comfortably wrap around your face and into your mouth. I like the fact that they do have a deep purge valve right here, so if water does splash in, you know, a lot of people who snorkel or dive know that all you have to do is a quick burst of air out of your mouth and it purges all the water that is right here that can, you know, come up to your mouth. So it's really nice to see that. Everything seems extremely comfortable. And I also like the way they do this. So this would wrap around the strap of your mask, and then it simply clicks in. A lot of times you get these type of devices, not necessarily this, but a lot of times you get these little hooks that never attach to your mask at all, and you have this free floating snorkel that kind of just goes everywhere. So it's nice that they're making it easy for you to attach and detach from your mask. That's cool. Now the fins, these are for size 9 to 13. So basically I'm a size 10.5, so I fit right in the middle. Again, these are large to extra large. Now you can see that these are pretty small fins. These are actually extremely small fins. I could probably put these on and walk to the beach. Now nobody ever walks to the beach when it comes to putting on the fins, and if you do, it's because you're just inexperienced. You go in the water, you float, and you put these on while you're floating in the water. However, these seem like they're gonna be very easy to travel with. The foot section, or the section where your foot goes in, actually feels really soft like everything else. One of the things that I'm really surprised about this is just how soft the material is, the rubber and the silicone that they use. Now I have a pair of fins that if I try to wear barefoot, then they're just not gonna work. It gives me blisters, it forces me to wear a water boot, and this seems like something that would fit around your foot just fine. Wouldn't cause any damage around the top part of your foot, which can be pretty sensitive, which means that you can easily take these to the beach and go snorkel off the shore and have fun. Now again, when it comes to a small profile like this, the surface area is pretty small. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Is it gonna take a lot more effort to get you out to a small reef off the shore to have these? Yeah, of course. The smaller the profile, the more effort you have to put in, but it's still better than your bare foot. So basically, I would say this is the smallest fin I would ever buy. Anything smaller than this would just honestly be a waste of time. You might as well size up. However, when it comes to something like this, it gives you just enough to get you where you want to go. And if you want to dive down 15 or 20 feet, then of course it would be easier than if you just did it barefoot. Now, would I take these scuba diving? No, of course not. There's not enough surface area to move me around in the water, but these are great traveling fins. And I think that, you know, you'd be hard pressed to find something, you know, a little bit better that aren't longer and more cumbersome. However, again, the longer it is, the easier it is in the water to get from point A to point B. Honestly, I think these are still pretty great quality. Now again, this is just a quick overview of the CAPAS Snorkel Kit. I will leave a link in the description below. I'm not affiliated with it, but they did send this to me to review. I'm actually really excited, the most excited for this face mask. If there's one thing that I have a lot of passion for, is a good mask. I have probably 5 or 6 masks that I have that I sort of go between because I'm always looking to find a mask that is better. Now, the masks, sometimes they say, you know, you get what you pay for. This is an affordable kit. However, I have come across a mask that I scuba dive with all the time, and it was only like $20 on Amazon. The issue is that the side broke. It had a clip sort of like this, right? You would have the strap, it would clip in, And over time, that clip just broke. So you know what I did? I zip tied it together, and it worked for quite a long time. So just because something's affordable doesn't mean it doesn't have good quality. I'm excited to try this out. Hopefully this year, I'll be doing a lot more water sports coming up in the future. Right now, it's the middle of March, and because it's the middle of March here in Alaska, it's 25 degrees outside and all the pools are closed, so I can't even get in the water even if I wanted to. Now I will be doing a follow-up video on this along with other dive equipment. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do a specific fin video, and these are fins, they're not flippers. I would do a specific fin video in the future around the summertime, and we're gonna test out from the smallest fin to the largest fin I own so you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to specific sizes. Sometimes bigger is not always better, but neither is small. But we'll test all that out in a future video. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a comment on the content you guys would like to see. On this channel, I have a lot of videos coming up in the future. In fact, when it comes to watch videos, I have more watch videos coming up. I have a Pagani design Tiffany blue OP, right? It's not an OP, it's an OP or homage, coming in the mail today. I have Rich's straps that I'm going to be doing a review on, and I have just a lot of stuff coming up in the future. So if you guys are interested in these type of videos, make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.